recumbent bike at one time. This is kind of what replaces a recumbent bike, but actually, unlike a bike that doesn't have the upper body ability, and it's more of a pedaling motion, this is a free-floating, actually low-impact elliptical, okay? So, there's a couple adjustments. You'll notice if I get over here, it's kind of hard. How am I going to get in on this thing? You have a swivel seat. You just lift this here, swivels open, and you can get on either side. Like that, swivel right into the unit, okay? Or the other way, okay? So real simple. Okay, so the XR6000, the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out how high the seat should go up or down, okay? I would suggest put your feet on the pedals, and you want to take one full stroke of the pedal. Just like any other bike, you just want a slight bend in the knee. You don't want to be reaching for it, and you don't want it up here where I feel like I'm going to hit myself in the chest. So right now, I have a full stroke here, and I've got too much bend in my knee. So right here, all your adjustments in the seat are in orange, or yellowish orange. This bar here, you just grab hold, pull it up, and you just push up with your legs. Okay? Now, I've got a full stroke here, slight bend, I'm not reaching. Keep your feet right in the middle plate. Take another stroke just to be safe, just to be sure. Just a slight bend. Now, there is another adjustment. This seat back reclines and inclines. That is right here on the sides, and it's on a gas assist. So if it's too far back, I don't have to pull it. I just lift these, and it's going to come up and meet me. Okay. Now, if I'm carrying a little weight in the midsection, having it all the way up may cause a little bit of impingement in the hips here, or make it a little bit harder to get my legs full motion. So all I want to do is just recline it a little bit. Okay. Now if I recline it a little bit, now I can fully open those hips in a much more comfortable position. Nice thing with this unit is that you get the benefit of low impact, being comfortable. If anybody has, obviously, I mean, I even have sometimes back or shoulder issues. If I want to get my cardio in, but I can't be in a standing position for more than 15, 20 minutes, now I can have a nice comfortable seat, know I'm getting total body here, getting low impact, and I'm comfortable, so I can go 30, 40 minutes or however much time that I want to go, okay? So, again, full body workout, the more muscles and joints we get involved, the more calories we burn, so it's great to have the upper body motion as well. Again, just like the standing ellipticals, I can do just upper body as well. And I'm going to show you a program in here that's going to show you how that'll incorporate, okay? So, this unit, just like all the other self-generating, you have to get on the thing and start pedaling in order for the program, for the console to light up. You have your quick start button here. If I want to just get on and I hit quick start, and I can adjust the level right here. Or I can choose various different programs. Here's your program workouts. Manual, you just keep pressing plus, and it'll just scroll through them. Distance, calorie, intervals, fat burn, heart rate intervals, all those. Now on this, you do have a couple of what they call boosters. Okay, and what boosters are, trust me, it's not, I know sometimes it seems like, oh my God, I gotta take a course in order to do this. I suggest, you know what, get on each one of these. Just play with them. You're not gonna get hurt, but just settle in on what you feel most comfortable with. I have, as I used to be a trainer for years and years, I owned a gym for quite a while, and I had a lot of clients who would be like, what's the best cardio for me? Like, the best cardio is whatever gets you off the couch to do it. So, you know, if you're comfortable with this and you've settled in on a manual program, as long as you're in here doing it, great. Okay? But come in, play with each one and figure out what's best for you and what you like to do. The nice thing is you have a pretty wide breadth of choices now. So you can do tread, I can do bike, I can do rower, I can do an interactive live class right here. Or I can do a seated elliptical, okay? So, okay, so what these boosters do, it's kind of like a personal training program on the unit. So if I'm on a cardio workout and I just, you know what, I don't have time to grab the weights or anything, you know what, I'm just gonna hit the X mode here. Oop, let me hit quick start so I can get in a program. There we go. I'm gonna hit X mode, and X mode's gonna come up and it's gonna say on. And you're gonna see lights starting to flash over here. And this thing's gonna settle on what it wants you to do. So it's gonna say push arms, narrow grip, and it takes the resistance up. So now I'm pushing and pulling with my arms. I'm getting an upper body workout, okay? So I'm getting some strength involved here. It's gonna take the resistance up and it'll count down 30 seconds. And then once the 30 seconds are done, it's gonna go back into the cardio. So it's kind of like an interval workout. I'm getting strength and I'm getting cardio. So now I'm back into cardio. Now every minute, it's gonna do that. If you wanna shut that off, you just simply hit X mode again and it'll shut it off, okay?
So you've now made this the one irresistible machine in
Exactly.
the building?
Then I know that we're gonna have to move these over. We're gonna have to put 3 or 4 more in. Okay. Now there are other boosters. There's chest press. You just hit that, chest press on, and it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna say next chest press is in 3, 2, 1, and it's gonna increase the resistance, and it's gonna say push and pull arms. Now I can take my feet up here and put them on these pegs, and now I'm just really working my upper body. And that's what's nice is having a seat back here. It allows me stability to be able to push and pull and push and pull.
Yeah.
So I want to shut that off. Now I'm going to go to leg press. So leg press, count down, and it's going to count down 3, 2, 1. Now it's going to say get strong. You'll feel that resistance starts to really pick up. Now I have to push real hard with those legs. Now the one thing with the X mode, the top one, is it's going to change. If you leave it on, every minute it may go upper body. The next one it may go lower body. It may go push. It may go pull. There's a lot of variety there. With the chest and the leg press, same thing. In the next minute, it's just going to increase that resistance on my legs again. Okay? So I'm going to shut this off. Okay, now with these, you do have a fan. Sometimes that's nice to have. So you just hit the fan. You'll feel a little breeze coming out of here. It's not huge. It's not like I'm going to get blast, but if you're getting hot, any little bit of air helps. So we can shut that. Medium, high, and then off. All right. Pretty much that's it with this unit. The real key is making sure that you have the adjustment, that you're comfortable in the right seating position.
Brian, you
Yes.
want to tell them what is the buttons right there in the handle?
The what?
They have buttons.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You can control the levels here as well. So if I'm in a just a cardio program, I don't have to stay at the level what the machine tells. If I feel like, okay, I'm in a program and I chose a level, hey, you know what, I feel like I could do it a little harder. I could either change the level here on the console, or I can just come over here on the sides. Take it up. Take it on both sides, levels on both handles, or take it down. Here's your heart rate sensors here on the side. Again, just like all the other pieces, if you need to take a look at where your heart rate is, just hold those real quick. It'll automatically start picking it up, and you'll see it right down here. Okay? You can pause the workout, step off, get a drink, or if you're done, you just hit it, and it'll clear it.
Is the pause 1 minute?
Pauses, yeah, on each one of these units, it's 60 seconds. Yep. Once I'm done, just lift up this handle, swivel out, and I'm done. Any questions on this? He said it's a really good piece.
You can reset it after you get off.
What if you're within a program and you get off? If you're not back, if it doesn't regenerate after 60 seconds, it'll retrip. Okay. Okay, your rower. Yeah, these are both Octane pieces. don't let the label fool you. Octane and True are the same company, so you do have a uniformity. This is a little different rower than what you had, okay? Both rowers are great. It's the same exercise. It's just you have a few different options with the Octane rower. Same thing, you sit down here just like you did with your Concept 2. Feet go right up in here. The nice thing is with your straps, so I'm locked in, you just simply pull these, and now I know I'm not going to slide out of there with them within a program. Now you're not locked in there forever. All you do is press this button that says release, lift up, and now I get my feet out of there. Okay?
Touch your toes and use this machine.
And you just pull straight out. Here you go. Okay. Now, your console's right up here. I'm locked in. Here's your resistance lever right here. Okay, so you can't take the resistance up on this rower. Okay, it's not just same resistance for everything. Another nice feature with the Octane rower is I don't just have a standard bar. I have a bar that has outer handles. So now I could actually do this type of rowing. Okay? So you have a lot of options. And you notice the bell came on. As soon as I started rowing, the console popped up. Okay? And there's about 6 different workouts on here you can choose from. You just simply press each one and see what they are. Okay? And just like all the other pieces, it's very simple. If you've done rowing, it's no different. This isn't any different motion. But if I want to take the resistance up, immediately. Now it's a lot harder. Okay? Once you're done, that simply goes there. I never suggest, don't just let this thing go, because it will snap back there. That's where your handle goes. Okay? The power adjustment's very simple. Just press up or pull back. There's nothing more to it than that. And again, just to release my feet, just press those buttons, lift up, and I'm out. Any questions on this? Okay. We're going to go to the interactive bike. All right, this is the Echelon upright bike. This is where you have your live classes if you want. Okay? As you see right here, it's already live. You just hit tap to start. Now, if you're just a guest, if you wanted to just sign in as guest, you can just put that. Or if you want, you actually do have an account, which I would suggest, this is unlimited accounts, okay? But you can't program what you want into this. I can't get on here, put in a program and know that it's gonna, next time I come in, this is what, no, you can't set up your own. What you do is you come in and you log in and you have your own account, okay? So if I go in here and I've already registered, make sure that I have mine. See if that's it. Nope, I need. There we go. Okay. So once you're logged into you log into it initially, and you have your own account, you just hit accept. You're going to add your weight, to confirm, and this will, if you have your account, 165, that's what I put in before, so it'll remember that. Okay, so now I'm within the Echelon program. I can take live classes, or I can just do a general program if I want. And then, as you can see, there's a ton of them here. So right now, here's a live class right now that's going on right now. 9:30, it's Nikita, it's Hills, and it's hip hop. Now, all right, so if I want to join this ride, I just simply hit join ride. And you'll see right now it's 23 minutes. They're already within their program. And you'll see you're in a live class now. Okay? And you'll see how many people are taking this class right now. okay? And right now, I'm B. Thomas, I'm 22, okay? So if I'm, all right, I decided, yeah, maybe this isn't for me. All right, so I just hit that, I hit touch the screen and I go back. Okay, I want to rate the class now, I'll rate it later. Okay, so I'm done. And you can scroll through, let's see, you can scroll through the different classes that are coming up. So if I know that, okay, I want to take a class at 12:30 a.m., I don't know if the room's open at 12:30 a.m., but, still writing, yes, there we go. But again, there's so many different live classes that you could choose from. That's what's kind of nice about this. Or if you can you just want to do some challenges, there's a ton of content on this. So if I wanted to do a Tour de Echelon, you'll see all of these to choose from. You're not going to have a lack for variety on this. Now also, it's not just about biking, okay? Here's some of these. You can do some steady state. Let's see, there's some like stretching on here. Here we go. We're gonna go, down here is just a button, it'll show you the featured classes, or I can go the on-demand, where I know, you know what, I don't want to see the featured, I just want to see what's automatically in here. I can just pick and choose what I want. I don't have to jump into a live class. And again, you have classes, you have scenic, where I'm just riding an ocean trail in Monterey, California, where this is just a cardio bike, and I'm just taking a nice ride along the beach side. Or I can go to Fit Pass. Now you have more of, here's Pilates, okay? Now what you can do with this is that there is a little space up front here, okay? So if I wanted to do a stretching or a yoga, there's not a whole lot of room back here if someone is doing it. This actual screen will flip over, and now if I wanted to put a mat right here, I can just watch here and maybe do a little stretching right in this area if you wanted to, okay? And it automatically flips and readjusts for this side, okay? So, flip it back, and we'll see how that comes back. Again, there's so much on this bike that we could be here all day and be showing you all this. Get on it, establish an account. You don't have to worry if you don't ever use it after one time. Don't worry about that. The account will always be there. Nobody's going to be able to come in here and program and find your private content. So just get on it, play with it, see what you like, see what you don't like, okay? Once you're done, you hit sign out. It's back to the general screen. It's just going to check for Wi-Fi signal, okay? Any questions on this one?
Just so I understand, to use that, you do have to establish that account?
No, you can, whenever the initial sign in, you can sign in as a guest.
And again, when you establish your account, it's free.
Yeah,
You don't have
yeah,
to
there's no
pay
charge or anything. Yeah, I mean, I've had that account for 4 years now. Sometimes I
Seemed
forget the
like you had
password.
an awful lot of memory. but I don't want that.
Username and password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Press 25.
I just think, all right, I've got a couple passwords. Let me, the other things with adjustments, actually, I'm gonna show you this. Oh, crap, I'm gonna have to sign back in. What it will do, you actually do have on this unit, this will actually show you how to adjust your seat, okay? The seat adjustments are right in here. Here's, you loosen that up, it slides up and down. With the seat adjustment, this seat should come right up to about the top of your hip bone, okay? So once it's there, I tighten it down, okay? You can either choose to put your feet in the basket, or if you are a serious rider and you have clips, you can clip in, okay? Other adjustment, handlebars. Up, and this will loosen up over time. I promise you. All right. There we go. Now you have up and down on both of those, but you also have fore and aft. So I can slide this up and back comfort. Same thing with the seat. Just loosen it, fore and aft here, tighten it down. Now your resistance on this unit is right here. They tell you to crank it 2 turns resistance. Now if I'm in a program and I'm really going at it and I'm only got my feet in the basket here, I don't know if anybody's ridden a bike outside and their foot's cutting off the pedal. Those old bikes, I remember, shred you. So if that ever happens, all you do is press this down and that'll immediately break. Okay? So it's not push it this way, it's just pull down. And there's your brake. Okay? Now this light does light up, so when you're in a program, this actually is a sensor that someone's on the bike. Okay, so right now I'm not in a program, but if I were in a program like it said, and I wasn't on that, eventually it would time out or ask me if I'm still there. Okay? I think that's pretty much it with this unit. Like I said, get on it, play with it. There's way more content than I could ever go over with in a day. I'm trying to think. We could go over the upright bike, but pretty much the upright bike's the programming. I'd say the only adjustment here is just how high the seat should be. Just like with the elliptical, I get on the seat, put my feet in the pedals. If I take a full stroke and I got way too much bend in this knee, all I want to do is stand up,
It's in the front.
right there, lift up.
Try to lift up.
Again, these things will loosen up. These are brand new. But I want the seat just high enough that I have a slight bend in knee. Okay, I'm not reaching for the pedal, not like reaching like that. With the bikes, you want to drive with your heel. Okay, you don't want to be pushing on the ball or your foot. You want to drive with your heel. So if I'm driving with that heel and I have a slight bend, then I know I'm at the right position. Okay, if I am reaching, it's just too high. Just drop it down. Okay, programs on this are exactly the same. You do have 2 heart rate sensor areas. You have one right here if I want to sit a little more upright. Or if I want to get into more of a biking position, I can lean my elbows here and grab hold of the heart rate sensors here.
Do you need to have both hands on for the heart rate sensor?
Yeah.
You do.
Yep. Okay. Anything, I think we're good in cardio. You guys have had that Airdyne bike that's the existing. So seat-wise, it's the same exact protocol as you do with the upright bike here. Okay? Any questions?
I have one on that over there.
Yes.
Does it remember what you did last time when you're?
If you're in an account.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you have your own established account. Okay, so whenever I logged in, it knew my weight. That was what I put in.
But it will remember what you did,
Yep.
when you did it.
You'll get a history.
All right.
Yep, definitely. Okay, let's start in with the strength. We'll start in with the individual pieces. We'll finish off with the dual cable because there's so many things that you can do with that. These pieces are very simple. These are the Hoist HD or dual line. What you'll notice is each one of these pieces can do at least 2 exercises, or they can attack at least 2 body parts. The thing with a leg press, it doesn't matter whether it's a dual leg press or any leg press. Any leg press is either a leg press or a calf press. It just depends on the range of motion. So, the adjustments on all of these, well, first and foremost, let's look. Every one of these units on your shroud has a QR code. So if you're like, okay, I forget what Brian said about this or that, you just simply scan that code. It will take you to the Hoist site and it will take you to this piece. And you just click on how to use it, how to adjust. Okay, so you do have instruction for every unit. Okay, real simple. The only real adjustment on this is range of motion, and your lever's over here. I lift up, and if I want to do a leg press, I just simply glide it here or back. Okay, so if I want, and you have your handle here, I can pull forward, and it automatically clicks into the next one, just like that. All your pins are yellow, okay? They do have a magnet in here, so, but I do suggest when you place this in on a plate, just make sure it goes all the way in. Because if it's just out there a little bit and you're within a workout and all of a sudden this pops out, it's either gonna, I've actually found these, someone has actually done this, and as it went up, this thing dangled and got into the hole, and then they came down and just kind of slammed that thing in there. So just make sure that whenever you put that in there, it's already pressed and secured against the plate. Now, another nice thing about hoist is that what you'll see when I press out, in between each one of these plates is a bushing. So if you've ever been to a traditional gym and you've heard clang, 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 you're not going to hear that. Well, obviously you don't want to be doing this ever, okay? When you're doing any type of strength training workout, once you get into the motion, like with this leg press, okay, I press up, never lock a joint no matter what you're doing, okay? Whether it's a leg press, whether it's a shoulder press, a chest press, you never lock the joints. You always keep the workload and effort on the muscle. So as long as my knees are slightly bent, that workload is placed on the muscle. As soon as I lock out, it goes right to the joints. Okay, so keep a slight bend. Same thing whenever you're coming back. You never go like that, because once that plate rests, you relax. Okay, now when I relax, now I've got to get it started again, and it's taking that workload off the muscle. Okay, so once you're in it, slight bend, back nice and slow, good control. All protocol, just general protocol of strength training is you're exhaling on the positive, pushing out, so it's blow out, inhale on the negative. Another good protocol is a 2-second out, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, and press. Just nice, good control. As far as weight, that's individual, depends on the person. Okay, so they said it's all these pieces are dual, so it's a leg press and a calf press. The only difference to make this a calf press is you take this all the way out, place your feet a little lower on the pad, and now I'm doing a calf press. Real simple. Okay. Once I'm done, the nice thing with this handle, I don't have to hold here or anything. You have the handle here, just simply pull yourself up. Okay. All right. Next one is your inner and outer thigh. Abduction, adduction. Hips. Okay. Again, same thing here. Just make sure that this is all the way in there. Now, if I'm doing the outer thigh, I'm going to be pushing out. Okay, so the adjustments here, here's all your adjustments on every one of these pieces are highlighted in yellow. So I just simply pull this up. And I bring it, this one's always a little bit more challenging to get into. Okay, so once I'm in this unit, now if I want to push out, the pads need to be on the outer part of my thigh. Sit upright. This does have an adjustment again, just like the seat of the back pad. If I'm carrying a little weight in the front, being upright here is going to be a little more uncomfortable, so I just simply adjust the back pad. Okay, so just like the leg press, if I'm within the work, I just 1, 2, pause, 2, 3, 4. Nice thing is I can look at this plate so I know, all right, I'm getting close. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it upright. So keep that tension on those outer hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, out. Again, breathe out, inhale in. Okay, outer thigh. Now if I want to work the inner thighs, I simply look at my legs up, turn these pads in. Now it depends on your range of motion. Simply pull this lever, take it out as far as you feel comfortable. I'm not very flexible, so that's as far as I go. Same thing, bring it in, squeeze. Nice thing with this is that I can bring this all the way in and not have to worry about either the plate being dropped or that I'm locking anything out. Pause for a second, 2, 3, 4. Bring it in and squeeze. Okay? Again, once you're done, just gently let it down on top of the plate. So pull this up, bring it all the way in. Easy to get out. Okay? All right, let's move on into the next, actually, leg extension, leg curl. This one has a little bit more adjustments. You have your seat back pad here. If you need it to come forward, you just simply pull it forward. You don't have to adjust the pin. But if it has to come back, you have to pull the pin and it drops back, okay? All right, couple adjustments here. This all the way up. It depends on whether I'm doing a leg extension or whether I'm doing a leg curl. You'll see these things labeled on the cam here. If I'm up here in the top holes, you'll see that I'm in a leg curl because this is up higher. If I'm on leg extension, you're going to be on the lower. So right now, it's in the leg curl, so we're just going to start with that. The nice thing is, with the way Hoist designed this, is that there are some units on the market where if it's a dual, the weight has to be a certain amount in order for it to counterbalance that swing on. And sometimes it's up to 25 pounds. Now, if you've had knee replacement, sometimes 25 pounds is way too many to be able to do anything like this. Nice thing is with Hoist, it's 10 pounds. So I can pull this, you'll notice that that thing's up, it's not slamming down. It's counterbalanced very well. So, we're gonna do the seated leg curl. Each one of these you'll see on the placard, it'll highlight what muscle is being worked in red. So if I'm doing the leg curl, it's gonna be the hamstring, the back part of the upper thigh, okay? So I'm gonna sit down. Now in order to determine how far this seat should be up and back, your knee should be aligned with this pivot right here, okay? I shouldn't be way up here, and I shouldn't be back so far right now where it is, where it's forcing my calves and my lower leg to be upright. So I want to get in this, make sure the knees are aligned here. The seat back is too far, so all I do is bring it up, okay? So now I'm aligned here. Now if I'm doing leg curls, right here, I know that this has to be on the 1 through 8 up here. So I'm just going to simply bring it up for depending on range of motion. Now if I'm doing a leg curl, my legs are going to be on top of that because I'm squeezing down, okay? Now, the lower pad's free floating, so there's no adjustment there. But I do need to bring this down to stabilize my upper leg. Because if this is free floating and I'm trying to bring this weight down, all of a sudden my upper legs are starting to move and I'm starting to get hip flexors involved. I want to isolate my hamstrings. So I'm going to bring this down to where it's comfortably stabilizing the upper leg. You don't want it so hard that it's cutting off circulation. So just where it's there where you feel comfortable. Hands can go here, they can go wherever you feel comfortable. You have handles here, just like all the others. Toes pointing up, squeeze down. Hold for a second. Again, exhaling on the positive, inhaling on the negative. I can look over here. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to take the workload off the muscle and put it on the joint. So I'm going to keep that up until I finish my set. Down, squeeze, up. Once I'm done, gently let it down. Now, in order to get off, just simply pull it. Now, if this is pretty tight, just know that, okay, I can't move this. It's not that this is stuck. Chances are that it's pushing up a little bit and it's just kind of pinching here. All you got to do is press your hand here a little bit and it'll open up. Once that's done, bring it all the way to the top. There we go. Okay? All right, so leg extension. So I could either get off the unit and adjust it, or I can just stay here. The seat back pad doesn't change whether you do leg extension, leg curl. Okay? I don't have to adjust the seat depending on the exercise. So I could just put my foot underneath this, pull this pin, and let it come down to whatever range of motion I want. Okay? Now with leg extension, you'll notice here that now my feet go behind this pad because I'm extending my lower limb. Okay? Same protocol. Up, squeeze, pause for a second, down, 2, 3, 4, before it hits, up, 1, 2, down, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once I'm done, simply let it come down, and then you're done. Okay? Any questions on this one? All right, again,
You said all the Hoist machines have that QR code?
every one of them on the placard in the same place. Yep. All right, let's head into here. I'll show you the chest press and lat pull. Okay, lat pull down. Okay, we have again dual, here's your placard here. We're gonna start off with the lat pull down up here. You're gonna be hitting the upper back, okay? You had a lat pull down here before, so, you know, a lot of this is probably redundant. So excuse me if I'm going over something that you guys already know. But very simple, seat adjustment, same thing. If it's too low, no, that's the highest. If it's too low, simply pull it up and it'll automatically pop in. If it's too high, pull the pin, it's on a spring, and just lower it to the right length. The proper height of the seat is gonna be when you sit down here, if I'm doing lat pulls, where I put my feet up on these things where it's comfortably on top of this thigh to keep me stabilized from moving my lower body. Okay? So once I'm established here and I know the weight that I'm gonna do, just simply, the nice thing is this has a hook here. You know, if you're done with this, I always say, you know, common courtesy, just when you're done with it, you can just put it back there. I couldn't tell you how many times I've been in a gym where someone's been done and they just leave and somebody comes walking past and this thing's free float. So, lat pull down, you can do many different variations, but most of your standard lat pull downs are gripping the bar just beyond the bend. So I want to grab hold of the bar, then I'm going to sit down. Because if I sit down and I grab hold of the bar, I'm not very tall. I'm not going to be able to reach it. So I want to grab hold, sit down, bring my feet up here on the pads. Now I'm stabilized. Now depending on the type of workout, you want to lean back just slightly. That bar should never... One thing I used to, I think I said earlier, I used to own a gym up in the Pittsburgh area, and I've been a personal trainer for years. This piece was a great piece to find trainings, because the lat pull down, most novices have no idea what they're doing. They don't do it correctly. You'll see, I used to tell my trainers, keep an eye on that piece. As soon as you see somebody sit down and either do this or do this, you want to have a talk with, okay? Proper form is you sit down, you have a slight arch in your lower back. Chest should be high. Shouldn't be pulling down like this. You're going to get more biceps than anything. The idea is you don't hit the back. Lat pull downs are a compound exercise, so you are going to get biceps. You're going to get shoulders. The idea is to isolate the back as much as possible, okay? So you want to grab hold wide, sit down, arc the lower back a little bit, so it's going to actually cause your head to tilt just a little bit. And you're going to pull that bar right to the top of the chest. That's as far as you need to go, okay? Straight up, fully extend. You don't have to fully extend. Keep the tension there. Pull down, elbows back slightly. Squeeze those lat muscles. Hold for a second. And then up, nice and slow. Control the weight at all times, okay? All right, so that's lat pull. Now, lat pulls, you have a lot of different variations. You can go underhand. You can go real wide. There's a lot of different, depending on the way you want to hit, the angle you want to hit your back. All right, so that's lat pull. The adjustment for the row, really the chest pattern, okay? And it's really kind of range of motion. So if this is all the way up here, and I'm going to do a row, if I grab hold here, I don't have much range of motion. Because at the front part of the row, again, if I'm rowing, I'm not going to be leaning forward like this. Then I'm getting way too much bicep, okay? The idea is I want to hit the mid to lower back here. So I'm going to lean in, grab help. Okay, so if that's rested already and I can grab this, I need this to be pulled back a little bit. So I'm going to lift this. Actually, this will pull back automatically. Okay, so now each one of these has a number, and you'll see there's a hole cut out on this side, and you'll see a number. I always just say, listen, you know, the first time, establish that, jot it down. After a couple times, you'll just know. Okay, this way you don't have to relearn the wheel every time you come in. Okay, so if I'm back far enough and I want a full range of motion here, okay, I can't reach this, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to reach around here, grab this, hand right here, and I'm going to sit upright a little bit. Now I can grab this one, okay? Now I'm upright, I pull back, chest high. You don't want to hunch over, and you don't want to be reaching. Great, it's a nice stretch, but you're taking the strain off. Upright. and just follow the path. The nice thing is with these is that it is kind of a machine-defined motion. I don't have the ability with this to just pull out here or this way. It's pretty much follow the path of the machine, elbows in, squeeze, chest out. You want to feel like you're pinching your shoulder blades together. So I'm squeezing, out, stretch, don't hunch over, keep yourself upright, stretch, pull in, squeeze, and then out. Again, you are going to feel some in the bicep, any pulling motion, you're going to get that. Once I'm done, then lean forward a little bit, let go there, and just simply pivot over that way, okay? You do have multiple ranges or multiple positions for his hands, so I can go a close grip, or if I wanted to do a wide grip, almost like what they call a T-bar row, same thing. Pull back, squeeze, chest up, fully extend, stretch, chest up, squeeze, exhale on the pull, inhale on the return. Okay? And again, here's your QR code right here. Okay? Chest press. This is going to have probably the most adjustments that you need to be concerned with, because this is, they call it a dual, but it's actually a tri exercise, because there's 3 exercises you can do on this. You can do a general vertical chest press, which is going to hit pretty much the mid part of the chest. As you adjust the seat pad, it raises the effort up a little higher to the upper chest. And then as you raise it even further, it takes that from the upper chest all the way to the front delt, or the front shoulders, okay? So right now, your adjustments are back here. Here's your handle. And every adjustment on this, you'll see in this hole here, it actually has a label. Well, right now it says chest, okay? So if I take this and I pull that pin and I lift it up a little bit, now it says incline. So now I'm an incline chest. Now if I pull it out and I take it all the way up, and it snaps in, it says shoulder, okay? So it'll tell you which exercise you're going to be doing. So to return it, I just simply pull that and push the handle downward until it clicks in, okay? So now, I'm going to chest press. Now the adjustment of the seat pad here. This is just like mimicking a Smith or regular bench press. So if I'm doing a bench press, that bar should hit me right about here, okay? So if I sit down, the range of motion right now, I'm halfway into this motion. So this is going to be adjusted as well. Your adjustment is up here. Again, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I like a full stretch at the bottom. So if I'm full stretch here, and I'm pressing using these handles, I'm going to reach up. If I take that, I could probably go up just a little bit if I wanted to. So I just simply pull up one, okay? Elbows back, elbows up, okay? With any chest press, it's really not as much as a chest press as it is a chest pull. So what's happening is your chest muscles are expanding, and then they're pulling your shoulder and your arms forward, okay? So when I'm back here in full extension, I want to feel a stretch in this chest. Elbows should be up. Okay, as soon as if I'm pressing like this, it's all torque in that shoulder. Okay, you want to keep the workload on the muscle. So we're going to keep those elbows up, head up, fixed. You don't want to be looking around and press, especially these especially any upper body like lat pull or row or pressing. Always keep your head fixed. You don't want to be talking and pressing. All of a sudden it gets a little taut, and I'm really pushing. I happen to turn my head to talk to somebody. I don't know about you. If anybody's pinched a nerve in their neck, you're screwed for weeks. I don't like driving like this all the time. So just keep your head fixed. You know, 15 seconds to do an exercise is not too much just to maintain focus. So keep your head fixed, relax, elbows up, press, exhale. Again, it's a machine-defined motion, so these handles don't come in or out. So you just follow the path of the swing arm. Keeps it safe. Handles, thumbs should be wrapped around. If you're real comfortable and you've done this for a while, you know, I sometimes do that, but I know I'm not going to slip. So, but I always suggest keep your thumbs around. Inhale, down till you feel a good stretch. Exhale, keeping the elbows slightly bent. Again, never lock out. Okay? Now, once I'm done with the chest press, the protocol doesn't really change. The only thing that changes is now I'm gonna change to an incline press. Again, pull out, tilt it up until it clicks in. Now, because I've taken this seat up a little bit, this needs adjusting. So now, I was on 4 here, so I'm probably just gonna go up maybe 1, might be 2. So I take it up 1. Now I'm a little high, okay? Because I'm gonna bar, and I was doing an incline chest press. I wouldn't want that bar coming all the way down here, because then my shoulders get compromised. So I'm gonna take this down a little bit, and again, you have your numbers here, just make a note of where you are. So I'm taking this down. Now, if this was a bar, now I'm a little bit more in line with the upper chest. Same thing like you just did with the chest press, get the elbows up, press, follow the path of the machine, slight bend in the elbow, inhale, pause, exhale, press, okay? Last one, shoulder press. Now, I'm more upright. Again, this is probably gonna have to go all the way to the top now. Or my shoulder press is gonna be all the way down here. So now, right about there, seat's actually pretty good. Got a slight stretch here. Again, all the way up. Slight bend in the elbow, head fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, up, 1, 2. Now, with these, you do have a couple hand placements. Excuse me. With the chest press, I actually like this with the chest press, because your chest press, just like the lat pull, is a compound motion. Any pressing, I get triceps, and I can get shoulders involved as well. If I'm doing a chest press, the idea is to focus here, but you are going to get these. If I want to isolate and get a little more tricep in my pressing, I can go to the little bit different grip. Now, instead of expanding my chest on this, I'm keeping them in tight. My chest isn't expanding as much, but my triceps are. So now I'm doing more of a tricep press than I am a chest press. Okay? Just another variation of different exercise. Okay? Okay. Any questions on these? Yeah, pretty simple. Smith machine. You had a Smith machine when the prior, so you kind of I'm probably sure that you kind of have an idea of how to use this piece. The one thing, nice thing with this, here are your safety catches. Okay, so if I'm doing a chest press and I want to make sure that if nobody's in here, and I want to make sure that, all right, if I can't press this up all the way, I at least have some safety here. You just simply lift this up, spin it around, drop it down to wherever you want it. And obviously, they should be even, okay? All right, spin it around, let's see where it's close enough. Same thing as before, your adjustable benches, there's no pins or anything. You either lift them up all the way to an upright bench, or they can go as far as decline. Okay, and you have the feed pedals there that you put in, and they just simply drop into the next one every time. Okay? With the Smith, with this one, it's just simple, press up, disengage the bar. It travels on a 7 degree angle. Okay. This bar actually is about 15, 20 pounds. So it's counterbalanced. It's not going to be a 45-pound bar. Okay. As far as the different exercises on it, you had a Smith, so you know kind of what the case. You can pretty much do a lot on this. Any free weight type of work. So, if I wanted to do, let's just say, if I wanted to mimic like the incline press, okay? So I just adjust the bench as an incline bench. I want to adjust these so they're down far enough where it doesn't impinge me from doing my work. All right, so I load the plates on. If I'm going to do a chest press, I simply grab wide enough where it's going to allow me to expand my chest. Simply lift up, press that forward, travel down. Now, because it's a 7 degree, this way, I should probably be a little further forward, because as it's coming down, it's gonna go great. You know, when it's at the top, I do feel it's almost at the top here. But when I come down, it's starting to go a little lower. So I'm gonna be either forward, or I'm gonna just turn the bench around. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit more forward, but as simple as that. Again, nice thing with the Smith, you can do a lot of the free weight exercises with the safety of not having to worry about whether or not somebody's here to help you if you need, okay? But as far as things like squats or any of those types of exercises, again, you had one of these, it's a great piece to have, very versatile, because there are some of those types of exercises, I don't care how old you are. A bench press, squats, deadlifts, those types of things, they don't have to have a lot of weight, but those are the types of exercises that are gonna keep you able to do the things you do throughout life. The machines are nice because they're safe, and that's what machines were designed for. Machines were really designed originally more therapy. They can isolate a certain part, a certain body part, but they don't allow for multiple ranges of motion. So that's where functional training comes in. Yes, ma'am?
Hold this right here for a second, just like that.
Machines in
Just
that
like that.
room that have the handle for detecting your heart rate.
Yeah.
Is there a warning by any chance, like, whoa, you better,
If you
call
are,
help, or
if you're in a
or
program,
stop or
if you're in
something?
a heart rate program,
Yeah.
where it'll ask you to put in what maximum heart rate you should be and what minimum. When you're in a heart rate program, you are going to give feedback to that machine. So if I put on the treadmill that I'm on a heart rate program and I can't have my heart rate go above, say, 80%.
Oh, so you really have to tell it
Yeah.
when you want it.
You
to
have to give it
stop.
the feedback.
Okay.
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 All right. The cable, functional trainer. Again, this piece, this piece could be, you could spend all day on this. I had one young lady ask me as far as using the equipment, what type of workout, how many sets, how many reps, those types of things. I mean, that's something that's individual. And I talked to Henry, and it's something that Henry and Shabam would be really more apt to answer. But things like this, to establish a program, I would suggest, if you're still kind of unsure as to what you should be doing in here, it never hurts to hire somebody just for maybe initial couple of workouts. Because yeah, you want to get started off on the right foot, and nobody wants to get hurt in that first workout, okay? But things like this, like we just talked about, these are machine-defined motions, so you're gonna be safe on those. You can't get out of balance a whole lot with these, and I know that if I'm doing a row, this is my range of motion. But if I wanna be strong in motions like this, you know, I'm picking up my child, or I'm putting groceries away, we're not doing this. Okay, we're grabbing things like this and doing that, and we're grabbing all of a sudden this way. If I don't know how many of you folks are from the north, but you know, it's starting to get icy and things like that. Being strong in those types of things is gonna make life a whole lot easier and safer. You know, if you're walking up north and you hit a patch of ice, you know, slipping like that, if you're ready for it, if you're trained and you're strong, you've trained the muscles and you've trained the ligaments and tendons, this is just a slip. Someone who's not trained and someone who's out of shape, this becomes, I just threw out my back, I think I broke my hip, that kind of thing. So these are the types in this piece are gonna be things that are gonna help train you with those types of exercises. It's gonna be able to take resistance from multiple planes of motion. So the adjustments on this are very simple. You know, unlike some of the others that have pins that you have to pull a pin and then adjust here, you just simply pull the trigger. It slides up and down. Very simple, okay? Now another nice thing about, another feature of the new hoist one is that you have 360-degree rotation on this. It's not just here, okay? So now if I wanted to do something, you know, I got somebody over here and I want to be a little, you know, all right, I'm going to do some triceps and I want to be in their way. This can swivel all the way over here and I can do a tricep press down, okay? All right. So those are really only major adjustments on this. You have a lot of different handles. Here's your D handles. You have your tricep rope. You have your your hip, and this is actually a nice piece. If I were to hook this up to be able to do different types of things like backward or straddles, things like this that help with tennis, pickleball, those types of things. You have your small handle here. You have your long handle here. This can attach to either just one or both, okay? Anytime you're done, I always suggest just be courteous. There's plenty of places to put these things. Here's your ankle cup, okay? This hooks up to this to do any types of inner and outer type of work, okay? And again, we could be here all day and I could show you all the different exercises, but you'll see on the placards on each side, there are some general exercises that'll show you what you can do.
Excuse me a second.
Yes,
Could
ma'am.
we go online and it will tell us all the different
You'll
things?
see a lot of different
Okay.
exercises.
Okay, good. And
And
what would I put in
suggest,
there?
you go to, YouTube's a great thing, YouTube's a bad thing, but it's also a great thing. You go to YouTube and look up functional training using a cable pulley system, you'll get multiple
good. Thank you.
exercises. Up here, you have your pull-ups. Nice thing is I don't have to, being as short as I am, I can or I have to jump. You have a step here, I can just step up here. And now I can do, I wanted to do a pull-up. You have rock climbing handles, these center handles with for multiple adjustments as well. You also have a TRX suspension hook. So if you have a TRX, you simply hook here. Now I can do body weight suspension training using this unit as well. Again, this is a piece that, as a trainer, I spend a lot of my time just with this and those things right there, balls, bands, and all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, again, this allows me to take that resistance not just from here up and down because of gravity. Now I can take my resistance from here, you know, chopping motions, you know, golf simulation, take it all the way down. Now I can get backswing, or I can take it up here and downswing. Yes, sir.
Would you do one pull-up for us? I've been trying to do it for 4 years.
I've been training pull-ups for a long time, so. I better be able to do one.
That's nothing to clap about.
I'm trying to think, anything else? Yes, ma'am.
Has Henry and Siobhan talked about having a trainer here a couple days that you?
That I asked them, that's something you'll definitely have to talk with them about, because again, I think it's not a bad idea. You know, to be able to have some. Sure.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, with, you know, for apps, there's a lot of things you can do. I can take this. I can hook up rope here. Just simply do something like this. I can take this, bring this down. Grab my handle here. Exactly. If you want it in line, you know, I don't want it down here because I don't want to be torquing my upper body, so I'm going to take it up a little bit. That's all right here, okay? That's all your core. Abs, obliques, even lower back. Okay, so I'm working this side. Now when I'm done with that side, all I gotta do is turn around.
So you
Now
want
I'm
that
on
like
the other side.
shoulder height almost?
Yeah. Yep. Lower back, core, obliques, your entire trunk. Okay? And that's something that most people forget. They don't, two things most people neglect. Right here, most important, and flexibility. Gotta train your flexibility as well. Right? It's all well and good to be strong, but if I can't move like that, you know, nowadays, you know, as I get older, I know that's that much more important. I spend more time on flexibility and stretching than I actually do weight training anymore. Because it's, again, it's the difference between an injury and just a slip up.
Yeah, thank you.
I know they need it.
There's a ton, again, this thing you could do, I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds.
It's one of my favorite tools.
Yeah.
Hey, you did a great job today, I appreciate it.
Oh, you folks, thank you. You did a great job on this one.
What's the name of the app?
The app? Oh, yeah, we're gonna go to see, there's something I have to work on. Yeah, you're probably getting just like. Yeah. Okay, folks. Yeah, come on over. Okay, for your entertainment pleasure here. Okay, you have your 4 TVs. You'll notice none of them have volume right now, and they're all shut off. Okay, see, it's not like you're gonna have dueling TVs. Whoever got here first gets to listen what they want to listen to.
I thought it was going to be a sports ball.
Oh, well, that's up to you guys. You got to do it already. All right. What you have now is what's called audio fetch. Each one of the TVs has a transmitter on it that broadcasts a signal. Each TV broadcasts an individual signal. This QR code, you just take your phone, you scan that code, it takes you to audio fetch. You're going to download that app. Okay? Now, once you have that app, every time you come in, the way this is set up is that you have an access point and then you have client transmitters. This one is your access point. It's not operating, this audio is not operating on the community Wi-Fi. So when you come in, all you have to do is you have to go to your settings on your phone, and audio fetch Wi-Fi will be a selection. You choose that. It'll probably say no internet available. It's okay. As long as you will be hooked up to audio fetch. Once you're hooked up there, then you go to the audio fetch app and you'll see TV 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you just simply choose that and you'll be able to listen to whatever.
So you can use the wireless.
They are your iPods, your AirPods. Yeah, exactly. So it's a simple solution. You don't have to worry about any wiring or tethering or anything like that. You'll notice that there's no headsets on any of the consoles. You just simply have to have your phone. So now I don't have to be tethered to a cardio piece in order to listen to this. I can be walking around the gym and still be able to watch or listen to whatever TV I want, which is what everybody needs, what you should do. Okay? So it's pretty simple. Right now, I have to go through this. I have to go through it because this one we do have the access point, but for some reason each one of these is not picking it up. So I just have to go through them before the end. In the next hour or so, these will all be hooked up and ready to go.
You just scan that?
Just scan the app and you'll see.
It's right now, it's saying you can. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah.
Is this going to be in here when we come in?
Oh yeah, there's actual cards. I think they are actually going to put it up somewhere. I think let's see if there's cards. Usually they have cards that just leave. But yeah, that'll either be somewhere around where you can just
Face ID. It's looking at me, that's why.
All right. Any questions? Anything else I can help with, folks? I've been working on that for a long, long time.
Face ID still.
Oh, okay, well then I've got part of that.
I like to ride. I don't.
No, you just want to come in and you want to adjust where you want. You just have to start the incline of the speed.
So that's what you do.
Yeah.
Feel
Yeah.
properly.
It's the same thing with the,
This is a motor that's driving the speed.
right, yeah,
Those are gonna be RPMs.
I'm glad they have a one side.